What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to scrape Instagram Reels by creating a simple workflow in N8N. Let's get started. To scrape Instagram Reels, I'm going to use this tool called Apify. Apify is an incredible tool that you can use to scrape any website and automate projects. To get 30% off your first purchase of this tool, just click the link down below in the description. Then go ahead and create an account on Apify. And after creating your account on Apify, head over to Apify store. Here, we're going to search for the website that we would like to scrape. In our case, we'd like to scrape Instagram. I'll search for Instagram. And then here, I'll search for the tool that we like to use to scrape Instagram Reels. So I'll use this tool, so I'll open it. This is the tool that we're going to use to scrape Instagram Reels. All you have to do is add the Instagram username over here. Then add the number of Reels that you'd like to scrape. You can try scraping Reels from the Nat Geo page and scrape only 10 Reels of this page right here. To do that, I'll click on Start. You can see that our tool is running right here and getting our data. Let's give it a second. You can see that our tool succeeded in scraping 10 reels from the Nat Geo page over here. Here we're getting the post display URL, the caption of the post, the author, the username, post URL, number of comments, first comment of each reel, number of likes, and the date and time the reel was posted. Over here, to get this data to our workflow in N8N, I'll click on API, scroll down below where it says Get Dataset Items, and copy this link here and go back to our workflow. And here I'll search for HTTP request node, and then here I'll paste our link, then click on execute step. You can see it's executing our node. And here we're getting our 10 reels that we just scraped using Apify. So we're getting the input URL, the ID, type is the video, the caption, hashtags, URL, the comments, display URL, the video URL. We're getting all this data of the post over here. And we're getting a total of 10 reels that we just scraped in Apify. Here, instead of having to manually add our dataset ID over here, so we can scrape Instagram Reels, we can try and scrape our Instagram Reels automatically in our workflow right here. So here, I'll open this node, and then here, I'll clear the URL. Then I'll open Apify's API documentation. Then I'll scroll down below to find the API I would like to call. Here, I'm going to click on Run Act Asynchronously with Input and Get Dataset Item API. And then here, I'll copy the C URL. And then I'll go back to our workflow. And then click on Import C URL. And then copy the C URL that we just copied right here and click on Import. Here, we'll need to add 3 things over here. The first thing we're going to add is the actor ID, the API token right here, and the JSON over here. Let's start by adding the actor ID. To get your actor ID, here I'll close this. Then I'll go back to our tool. Now to find the actor ID of this tool, just copy the unique ID in the search URL of this tool, then come and paste the ID over here. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to add our API key over here. To get our API key, I'll go back to our tool. And then here I'll click on settings, then click on API and integrations. Here, create a new token. You can give it a name. Let's call it test, since I'll delete it later. And click on create. Then here, I'll copy it after we created it. And then I'll go back to our workflow and paste our, here you can click an expression, expand it right here so we can add our API key. And then here I'll click on back to converse. And then the last thing that we're going to add is a JSON. So here, I'm going to specify the body using a JSON, then add the JSON over here. To find your JSON, go back to our tool, which says manual and JSON, click on JSON. Then here, I'll copy this JSON, go back to our tool, and paste our JSON right here. So here we are scraping reels from this page, and we like a total of reels over here. So to do that, I'll click on execute step. You can see it's executing our node. Now when we go back to our tool and click on runs, can see now we are running our tool from our workflow, N8N. So let's wait to scrape our Rails. So here you can see now we scraped a total of 10 Rails over here. Here are the 10 Rails that we scraped from the Node.js page, and we're getting all this information of each Rail over here, which is awesome. So here I'll click on back to canvas, and then here I'll rename this to Instagram Reel Scraper, and then click on rename. Now with our Reels over here, we can proceed to add them to a Google spreadsheet. In Google Sheet, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to Instagram Reel Scraper. In this spreadsheet, I've created a sheet that I've renamed to Reels, and here's where we're going to add our Reels. Yeah, we're going to add the Instagram username of the page that we're scraping the Reels. We're also going to add the likes of the Reels, video play count, video duration, the caption of the Reel, and the video URL over here. So to add our Reels data over here, we'll go back to our workflow and search for Google Sheets. Click on Google Sheets, and here I'll click on append row in a sheet. Yeah, you'll need to create a new credential over here by clicking on create new credential and click on sign in with Google. Then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to N8N and click on continue, and your connection will be created. So here I'll click on back, and then here I'll find our document, which is this document right here. Then the sheet I would like to add our Reels is this sheet right here. And here we'll add values to our columns in our spreadsheet with the data that we scraped using Apify. So for the Instagram username, here you can search for the username and then drag it over here. Then here you can search for the likes. Now to find the Reels likes count, we're going to scroll down below over here. Over here we can add the likes count, the video play count, the video duration, and then to add the captions, I'll search for captions. Then I'll drag the captions over here. And then lastly, we're going to add the video URL. Then here, I'll drag the video URL over here. To add our Reels to our spreadsheet, I'll click on execute step. You can see now we added our username, likes count, video play count, duration, caption, and video URL to our spreadsheet. Now, when we open our spreadsheet, you can see we added the username of each Reel that we scraped from our page over here. So we added the page username, the likes each Reel got, the play count, duration, caption of each Reel over here, and the video URL of each of our Reel. When I click this link, you can see the Reel that we just scraped with Apify and added to our spreadsheet right here. So let's preview the Reel. Here, so we scrape this Reel automatically using our workflow over here that we created in N8N. So here, I'll rename this to Instagram Reel and then click on rename. Now, after adding our Reels to our spreadsheet, we can proceed to download the Reels. So these Reels, you can decide to download these Reels using our workflow. So to do that here, I'll search for the HTTP request node. Then for the URL, we're going to add the video URL over here from our spreadsheet and click on execute step to download our Reels. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second. You can see it was executed successfully. Yeah, we got our 10 videos over here. If we wanted to preview them, we can preview like this one over here. Come back to this. You can also preview this one over here. Come back to this over here. This is awesome. Now after downloading it here, we can rename this to download Reels. Then click on rename. After downloading our Reels, we can proceed to upload our Reels to a Google Drive folder. So to upload our Reels, I'll search for Google Drive right here. Click on Google Drive, and here we're going to upload files. Here, you'll need to create a new credential like we did with the modules by adding the client ID and the client secret from your Google API. Since I had already created my credential, I'm going to close this, choose my credential right here. For this one, I'm going to upload a file. And here we can give a file a name. You can say this is these Instagrams Reels here. And then here, I'm going to add the video to my Google Drive folder. Then I'll search for the folder that I would like to add our Reels. So here, I'll search for this folder. Then now, to add our Reels to a folder, I'll click on Execute Step. You can see we successfully uploaded our 10 videos to our Google Drive. So when I click on tables, you can see the details of each of our videos over here. We uploaded to our Google Drive. So here, I'll click on back to Canvas, and then we can rename this to Reels. Then click on rename. Now, when I open my Google Drive folder, you can see the 10 Reels that we just scraped using Apify from NatGeo's page and uploaded them to our Google Drive folder. So these are the 10 Reels that we scraped right here using this tool on Apify. Then we added the details to a spreadsheet. Then we downloaded them using this HTTP request node. Then uploaded the Reels to a Google Drive folder, like you see over here, using the simple workflow that we created in N8N. Now let us try testing our workflow from scratch and see how the workflow works. So here, we can try to scrape Reels of a different page. So I'll open this node. And then scroll down below. It says JSON, and then here we can try to scrape Reels from a different page, like NatGeo travel page. This time around, we can scrape, let's say, 5 Reels. Then here, I'll click on back to Canvas. Then I'll execute our workflow. You can see here it's scraping our Reels using our tool in Apify. So in Apify, you can see now we started a new crawler over here in Apify. So let us give it a second for it to scrape our Reels. So I'll open this node over here. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second for it to finish scraping our Reels. You can see that our workflow was executed successfully over here. So this node, we scraped 5 Reels from this page over here. We got the data of each reel that we scraped over here. And here are the 5 Reels that we just scraped. And then we added the 5 Reels to a spreadsheet, then downloaded the Reels, and then uploaded the Reels to a Google Drive using the simple workflow that we created in N8N. When I open our spreadsheet, you can see we added 5 additional Reels over here. So here we can insert a row above to separate the 2 rows. So these are the new Reels that we added over here with the link. So here's the username of the page, here are the likes, the video play count, video duration, the caption of each reel, and the URL of each reel over here. After we added the data to a spreadsheet, we downloaded them over here using this node. You can see the 5 reels that we downloaded over here. You can even preview them if you want. Come back to Canvas. And then after we downloaded the reels, we uploaded them to a Google Drive. Now, when I open my folder in my Google Drive, you can now see the reels that we scraped from NatGeo's travel page using our tool in Apify, and then uploaded them to this folder in my Google Drive using the simple workflow that we created in N8N. Now, if you have a workflow or an AI agent that you'd like for me to create using N8N, just comment down below in the comment section. And if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow our AI agent from scratch using N8N. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.